Hi, I'm Wanda with Jimmy Branch Homestead, and I thought I would go over today's Azure Standard haul. So I've tried a couple of new things. For those of you that have been watching our videos, you know that our poor dog Tippy has had a lot of skin problems and some digestive problems. So we've tried him on some other probiotics and they didn't seem to help at all. So okay, so this is a new product that we are trying from Azure Standard. I have 3 different flavors here. They are all veterinary developed, and this one actually is crafted from beef liver, dried veggies, kelp, and chia seeds. And there are probiotics, prebiotics, enzymes, and this one has taurine added. So this one is called Super Gravy Paw Juice. Okay, so the next one, it's also a super gravy, and this one is called Bon a la Goat. These are considered pet food toppers. You can mix them in with the food. We are going to be trying to, we are going to be making a lot of different foods homemade for Tippy, trying to get his skin condition under control. So as I mentioned, they're all veterinary developed. This one is crafted with superfoods, beef, bone broth, and goat's milk, chia seeds, kelp, veggies, and bioactive turmeric. Okay, so the third type is an Alfredo, not Alfredo, Alfredo pet food topper. It's a white gravy and broth mix, and it is crafted from Greek yogurt, cheese, kelp, chia seeds, and dried veggies. Now, each of these packets, you don't feed them the whole packet each time. There's 30 servings in each packet. So there's a little scoop in there, and you basically take a scoop and mix it with 1/3 to 1/2 cup of water, and then you either pour it over their food or mix it with their food. Okay, the next item is something that I've had small quantities in my pantry, but I had not stocked up for it. And so I purchased 25 pounds of the navy beans. These are the bean of my choice. I seem to digest them better than the dark beans for some reason. Again, we're going to be making Tippy's homemade dog food, so this is one of the things that may be added to some of those recipes. And this brand is Columbia Bean and Produce. And so this bag is a 25-pound size. So they offer, 1 pound, 5 pounds, different pound size, but the bigger bag that you buy, the cheaper per pound it is. And 25 pounds should last us a pretty long time. If I need to reorder, that's no big deal. Okay, so this item, it was packaged by Azure, that's why it's in this huge bag. So again, the more you purchase, the cheaper it is per pound. This is 25 pounds of brown long grain rice. I prefer the brown rice, it's healthier for us. And I cook a lot with rice. Again, I decided to go to 25 pounds because we will be making Tippy dog food definitely out of some of this brown rice in some of his recipes. You can purchase it in the 50-pound bag. This month I purchased it in 25 pounds. Again, if we go through it fairly fast, then maybe next time I'll step it up to the 50 pounds. The last item that I have from Azure Standard is organic rolled oats. And I bought 50 pounds. I maybe should have swapped them and had 50 pounds of the rice and 25 of the other, but it is what it is. So my husband likes oatmeal a lot for breakfast, but not 50 pounds worth, he said. These are organic. Most of your items from Azure Standard, if you're not familiar with them, is organic or non-GMO. So again, the reason I purchased such a big bag is making Tippy some homemade dog foods. Some of the recipes will be made with oatmeal in them. So I also wanted to share with you today some other things that I purchased through Home Depot. When I made my order, I forgot to order my buckets and lids. They do sell them through Azure Standard, but many of you probably don't know that Home Depot also sells them. So the buckets and the lids, and these are the nice Gamma lids, and one of the things I like about buying them from Home Depot is the fact that you can get them in black. So I really like my buckets to be white with black lids. And they're very reasonable. These Gamma lids at Home Depot are $5 each. Now I bought a case of 6, but they do sell them individually. It's no cheaper to buy them by the case there. I just happened to grab a box that was full. And then I also purchased 6 of the buckets. Their buckets were $5.98 at Home Depot. I can't remember what they are at Azure Standard, but I know the lids are very reasonable. The last thing that I bought at Home Depot, before I move on, where you find these buckets and lids, and maybe that's part of the reason people wouldn't be aware of it, is in the paint center. You'll find them by the other buckets, but they're marked that they are food safe. And that's where you'll find these buckets and lids. The buckets, I'll pull one out just so you can see. And one of the reasons I like them is they're almost all completely white, so I can put my labels on and everything, and I don't have any writing in the way. And you can tell they're food safe because it has the little mark back here. The last item that I purchased from Home Depot is a clear tub. I don't know if can you see it? With a lid. And I've gotten to where I like to go the clear tubs, so when I'm stacking them up in storage or whatever, I don't have to look around or try to find labels or the labels fell off. I can see exactly what's in them. And this particular tub is going to be for rabbit supplies. And when I say supplies, I'm talking about waters, feeders, those kind of things. We don't have rabbits yet. We're hoping to get them soon, hopefully this spring. But we learned our lesson last year, and we're not going to get them until we are set up for them. Now, the last store that I went to was Harbor Freight. And a friend of mine shared this idea with me, which I had never thought about before. I try to get the different colored leg bands, for my chickens, so that I can tell, which ones were born when, or if I'm having to give them medicine. With these, you can use different colors for each year that I hatch eggs, so I know how old the chickens are. And so when I'm culling out the older ones, I'll know which ones to take first. So I can just use purple for all of this year and blue for all of next year, and so on and so on. And I did get 2 packages of them because I figure I will use more than what one of these bundles is in a year. And that way I'll be sure to have enough as I'm growing my flocks. The last item I hadn't really planned on purchasing, but this set normally sells for $19.99, and it has a pair of channel locks over here. Well, you can see my set's missing the channel locks, which I really wanted the set for these other items, wire cutters and the needle nose, which is also a cutter, and the pliers. And so with that tool missing, they marked it down to $16. So each tool was $4 is what they figured. And that's a nice little set for me to keep in the garden in my tool bucket for a reasonable price. So that's when we try to add to our tool collection, if we need to, is when we can find them either on a great sale or clearance, like this one. And like I said, I wouldn't use the channel locks anyway. On the rare occasion I go borrow my husband's. So if you're enjoying this type of video, please give us a thumbs up, like, subscribe, and share our videos on your social media. It's the best way you can help our channel to grow. Also, we are very, very near 1,000 subscribers. We're trying to get to 1,100 subscribers because we cannot get monetized till we're 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. So if you would like to help us to get monetized, please subscribe, and go, if you haven't watched all of our videos, go back and watch our videos and help us to get our watch hours up. Again, thank you so much for watching Jimmy Branch Homestead. Take care and God bless.